Welcome to the Sales Navigator Live Show with Stan and Bryn. Join LinkedIn expert and sales professional Bryn Tillman and me, Stan Robinson Jr., Chief Coaching Officer here at Social Sales Link, as we bring you the best tips and strategies for leveraging Sales Navigator for your sales success. Enjoy the show.
Hey, Bryn.
Hi, Stan. How you doing today?
Doing great, thank you. Doing great, thanks. This only happens.
We have people coming on from YouTube now, which is very exciting.
Oh my, excellent.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love it.
Okay, very good.
So what are we talking about today, my friend?
Today, I wanted to talk just a little bit about some of our Sales Navigator favorite features, since there are so many different features on the Sales Navigator tool. And so which ones we kind of love the most and couldn't live without, so to speak. And on the flip side, our wish list.
I love that.
You know, just things that we would love to see them do. And Sales Navigator has been good about listening more and implementing some very cool, very helpful features.
Awesome.
Good. So let me say, I know we share some of the same features. So in terms of favorites, so is it okay if I let you go first? So I don't grab yours. Yes, we can kind of go back and forth.
So some of my very favorites, and I'm going to start big picture, which I think the search functionality on Sales Navigator is absolutely fabulous. But I'm going to talk about a trifecta, 3 filters that I like to use together.
Okay.
So I love to use, and it depends on how I like to look at people new in a company. There's a lot of reasons. They're open to change. They're open to conversations. So for us, if we get a chief learning officer or a chief marketing officer who's new in a company, but I want to look at new in a company that's had 6 to 10 or 10 plus years experience, right? That wait, my trifecta. I just blanked the third. That's awful when I'm doing this live.
That's all right. They're
so
active.
They're and active in the last 90 days. Thank you so much for reading my mind. And active in the last 30 days. So new at a company in the last, they've switched jobs in the last 90 days. They're active on LinkedIn. They've posted in the last 30 days. And they have over 6 years experience. Those 3 filters together are magic. So it's not especially a feature. That's one of my favorites, but that combo is one of my favorites.
Yep. And that's something that Sales Navigator allows you to do that other tools don't. Put together a combination like that. Of who's active on the platform, which is gold, because when you're reaching out to people, you want to reach out to people who are most likely to respond.
Yes.
Because there's so many folks on LinkedIn who are lurkers, and they may look at your content, which is great, but when it comes to actually responding to outreach, if they're only on LinkedIn once every 60 days, it might be a while before you hear from them. Yeah. So as you said, being able to put those 3 things together is super powerful.
Yeah.
So
how about yours? What's one of yours?
Smart Links, because Smart Links is just so extremely versatile. It's the ability for you to create a link that you can then include multiple pieces of content with just one link. So it helps everything from spam filters and getting through firewalls because you can just send a link instead of trying to send attachments. And the powerful aspect of it is not just the multiple pieces of content, but the fact that you can track how people are engaging with what you've sent to them. And that is super powerful.
Yeah, this hub of content, I feel like we're getting better and better at using it, like the more we use it. So having proposals, putting out, some people will say, I want opt-ins for downloads, for ebooks. Putting it in a smart link, you get to see, did they open it? Did they download it? You can actually control whether they can download it or just look at it inside of the smart link. But what I love most, and I have absolutely monetized this, is, and this was just this past fall, a year ago, I had sent out a proposal in SmartLink. The deal never happened. And then all of a sudden, 3 or 4 people from that company were looking at my SmartLink again. So I knew to reach out and that there was another opportunity, and we closed the business. So I don't know if they would have reached out, if they were shopping, if they were looking elsewhere, but I knew it so I could reach out. And I knew that now they were talking about it internally.
Yep, exactly, which is super powerful. It's almost like having X-ray vision into what's going on in an organization. And in sales, a lot of times, if you're the first to get to an opportunity, it gives you a huge advantage over the competitors. It's speed. And we've seen smart links used in so many different applications. Most recently, I heard someone using it for events, just putting a smart link in a QR code and having people that come by their booth or who have an interest just scan that. And it's like, I said, oh, never thought of that. So there's so many creative ways to use smart links. Yeah, so many different applications. Another one in terms of favorite for me that you gave me a heads up to because you found out about it first was Account IQ.
Love it.
So what that is, in short, is it saves you a tremendous amount of time in terms of researching companies, because as long as the company is 500 plus employees right now, and the way it looks, it has to be publicly traded, because they're not doing it for government agencies, they're not doing it for private companies, and they're not doing it for educational institutions yet. But if it's 500 employees or more, SalesNav will pull in information from a variety of sources on the web, and you just click one thing, like AI enabled, and let me just see exactly how they put it. And they do say it's in beta now, but it is available for advanced and advanced plus users right now.
Yeah, but it's amazing. Yeah. It really is amazing. And it also cites where they got the information. So you can click through to make sure it's a credible site, because it is pulling it from the internet.
Yeah. And in our current age of ChatGPT and hallucinations, we all want to make sure that the information we're getting is credible and that we can actually see the sources. Before, Bryn, we jump over to wish list, any other favorite?
Oh, I have so many favorites, but I would say, and you're going to be surprised at what I'm going to say, I'm starting to really love personas. So initially I didn't, because I was using them in search and they were very limiting. But I have really developed a few personas that when I go to a large company, I just choose a persona and it immediately will bring up exactly the influencers I am looking to engage. And so leveraging personas really is becoming one of my favorites.
Yeah, and it's funny. I don't know if Sales Navigator intended it that way originally, or whether they just saw those 4 filters as a way to help people with their search in general. But as you pointed out, the real power of those personas is within a large organization to filter from the 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 employees at the company.
So the last one you taught me, well, I knew it was there, but I ignored it, is the system generated leads. Now, I don't love the recommended leads, but I do love new executives at saved accounts, and I do love recently accepted connections. And so that's been pretty powerful. So
helpful.
Great, easy to use feature.
Yes. Yes. So once again, a good example of the fact that Sales Navigator is listening to us, the sales professional community, and incorporating our suggestions into what they're doing, which is a beautiful thing. And there are new things coming. We have alluded to this before. Don't have a clear time frame, but Bryn, you've also mentioned, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically like being able to conversational search.
So yeah, it's the ability to type in the types of people that you're looking for and companies, and I think it's coming in February.
Okay.
At least that's the last I heard, where you can type in what you're looking for and it will automatically match the filters to what you're asking for. So you can't ask it for like between the ages of 31 and 54, because that's not a filter. But you could if you put it in the chat, it just doesn't use it, but it will help you leverage search better. Yeah. Where you don't have to understand the filters deeply. So I'm really excited to see how that rolls out.
Yep, because we're so used to doing things conversationally now.
Yes.
Again, in the world of ChatGPT, with just typing, as opposed to knowing all 30 plus Sales Navigator filters and when to use each one. You can just talk to it through chat. Okay, wish list. What do we wish Sales Nav would add?
One, and it's something we actually had that they retired. And originally we had it in the free, and then they moved it from the free to Sales Navigator, and then they thought that it wasn't as valuable as saved leads, which is tags. Now, tags for me, when I was using it and I was teaching it, was really the sales process. So where are they, right? I followed them. I engaged on their content. I had like 7 steps before, then I moved them to CRM. So to the CRM. And so I was able to follow that. And because the tags were organized alphabetically, I could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they were always in the right order. So that is no longer available. My wish list is please bring those back. How about you?
Back. Yes, for me, smart links and InMails. Right now with smart links, and you can let me know of what you found. I haven't found a way to share a smart link with a team member. Just say I've set up this smart link.
Yeah, well, right. So, and we used, when it was a point drive, we could do that. You could have templates that anyone can pull from. SmartLinks does not have that. And I'll tell you the other thing that as long as you're saying that, and maybe this is what you meant, you can create a smart link inside of an InMail, but you can't pull from an existing smart link. Is that what you were going to say?
That was the second half of it. Yep. Sorry. So no, that's okay, because that was it exactly. Yeah. You just, because it should be so easy just to go to the ones you've already created rather than having to start over again within an InMail. Related to InMails, the only other one that I had is adding the ability to do a video or an audio within an in-mail. And
so that would be in the app.
It is on LinkedIn. I looked on the app. If you see anything different, because I have to give credit to Paul Lewis of Pitney Bowes, because he mentioned that, and I said, "Oh, that is brilliant." And we can't, since we can do it with LinkedIn, I kind of thought should be able to do it with in-mails. And when I looked at the app, I didn't see that capability in Sales.
Yeah. And, it's interesting because, in LinkedIn, it's only your first degree connections, but that would be a real benefit to be able to send them to your connections that you're not, or people that you're not connected to.
Yeah.
Well, Stan, this was fun.
Yes, as always, thank you, Brendan, and we'll see what happens because Sales Navigator is listening, so they may pleasantly surprise us with some new updates.
Yeah, well, this is great. And guys, share with us in the comments, even after we're done live, what you would like to see from Sales Navigator and what you love.
Yep, exactly. And lastly, if you'd like access to some great free content, if you're watching right now, you can scan the QR code in the upper left of the screen. Otherwise, you can go to socialsaleslink.com/library.
Awesome.
Bryn, this has been great as always.
Thank
See
you
you next time.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Thanks for listening. And join us again for more insights on Sales Navigator and social selling strategies that will differentiate you from your competitors and accelerate your sales success. In the meantime, you can go to socialsaleslink.com/library for free content on LinkedIn, Sales Navigator, and social selling.